Recently, the Philippine government issued a statement condemning that China Coast Guard installed a floating barrier at Scarborough Shoal to prevent Filipino fishing boats from entering the shoal and conducting fishing activities. On September the 22nd, a vessel of the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources of the Philippines, without China's permission, intruded into the adjacent waters of Scarborough Shoal and attempted to enter its lagoon. China Coast Guard did what was necessary to block and drive away the Philippine vessel, and the steps it took were professional and restrained. On September the 25th, Philippine Coast Guard declared it had executed a special operation and removed the floating barrier that obstructed the southeast entrance of Scarborough Shoal that day. However, China Coast Guard had recovered the floating barrier on September the 23rd. Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson Commodore J. Terriella stated, "The Philippines are still going to consistently carry out whatever is necessary for us to maintain our presence." On September the 26th and the 27th, the Philippine side continued to declare they are aiming to enter the lagoon of Bajo de Masinloc and even retake Scarborough Shoal back from China. In this context, several media asserted that such a tit-for-tat move might lead to a new Scarborough Shoal Standoff. Dating back to Scarborough Shoal Standoff in 2012, a set of photographs grabbed the Chinese headline that Chinese fishermen were harassed by Philippine Navy soldiers on April the 11th, 2012. China's marine surveillance ships Haijian 75 and Haijian 84 quickly arrived on the scene to protect the Chinese fishermen. On May the 3rd, 2021, the Philippines sent small law enforcement patrol boats into the lagoon. They took turns in entering and leaving the lagoon to maintain a constant presence. In late May 2012, as the Philippine DFA refused any request for dialogue from the Chinese embassy, China decided to send its own law enforcement patrol boats into the lagoon to protect the Chinese fishing boats. At the same time, law enforcement vessels from China and the Philippines and Chinese fishing vessels existed in the lagoon, and the conflict is on the verge of breaking out. Until June 2012, this standoff finally ended. Facing the Philippines' provocations in Scarborough Shoal in 2012, China had tried to display restraint and goodwill. However, the Philippines fabricated new evidence to support its sovereignty claims over Scarborough Shoal. Until now, they still try to change the status quo. Chinese MFA spokesman Wang Wenbin responded that China firmly upholds the sovereignty and maritime rights and interests of the Huangyangdao. "We advise the Philippines not to provoke or stir up trouble. Any attempt to adopt new actions to infringe on China's sovereignty and maritime rights by any country will inevitably encounter strong reactions and countermeasures from China. All parties should learn from Scarborough Shoal Standoff in 2012.